This show is sponsored by ExpressVPN. Stop putting your online data at risk. Get protected at expressvpn.com/inside.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to Inside Gaming Daily for Thursday. It's time to talk about robberies.
Uh-oh.
The art of theft.
Be careful.
So no, we don't mean robberies like, Ultimate Team Packs in FIFA or Star Citizen's entire business model.
Whoa, Brian.
We're talking about actual gun-in-your-face stick-ups.
Real robberies.
Black and white stripes.
Yep.
Put them up.
Well, they're on the lam.
And this takes place in the 30s.
Seems crazy to me that anyone got arrested for any crimes before, DNA testing. Except for, profiling and falsifying evidence.
Forced admissions of guilt, yeah.
Correct. This, of course, has to do with next-gen consoles. As you probably know, if you've tried to buy a PS5 or a Series X, they are in very short supply these days, which has led to a lot of scalping. And last week, one scalper became internet famous, maybe not in the way they intended, after they posted a photo of dozens of PS5s that they were selling at an incredibly marked up rate. I mean, no, I guess it was how they intended.
Yeah, because it didn't help that they added "f your feelings" to the post, which they later deleted after pissing off literally the entire internet.
Well, now some sellers in the US and Canada are learning that selling next-gen consoles can be a risky business because they're getting robbed.
Oh, God.
Apparently, buying and selling consoles has turned into a real-life, GTA.
Brian!
God, Brian.
Ease off the gas a little bit.
It's gotten so bad the police departments are having to issue safety advisories because they're getting so many reports of robberies. In New Rochelle, New York, one 27-year-old was trying to sell a PS5 and was pistol whipped and robbed at gunpoint by his would-be buyer, according to police.
Now, New Rochelle is a hotbed of crime.
Rochelle! Put on the Rochelle. Rochelle.
This is like when people were getting robbed with Pokemon Go.
Oh yeah,
that was a fun
walking
time.
into dens of crime. He was trying to sell the PS5 on Sunday using an app called OfferUp. That's how I got my Switch. But then the buyer offered up a handgun and stole the PS5. Brian! Woo! Somebody stop this man. Now, of course, it is never cool to rob people, and we don't know if the seller was marking up the price or not, but you can probably assume they weren't going through the trouble to arrange an online sale at regular prices.
But it's not just happening in the United States. We'll talk about all the ways Canadians are robbing scalpers, but first, let's talk about the very wonderful and reasonably priced HBO Max.
In true 2020 fashion, the holidays are gonna look a little different this year. That's why we partnered with HBO Max to keep the spirit of togetherness alive with their library of feel-good films for the holiday season. Staying put with your quarantine crew for the holidays. Don't worry, HBO Max has the bingeable series for you. At home with your overbearing family, don't fret, HBO Max has the movie to get lost in. Are you doing the holidays solo? Stop panicking. HBO Max has the titles that you'll want to discuss with your friends and family virtually. No matter what mood you're in this holiday season, HBO Max has something for you. HBO Max has so many classic holiday films now streaming, like Holiday Affair and A Christmas Carol. Me, personally, I'll be watching Last Christmas and The Family Stone, and of course, making my way through Succession for the third time. All of which you can find on HBO via HBO Max. So get cozy at home this holiday season by heading to hbomax.com now. It's good stuff. There's a lot of good stuff to watch. Snuggle up, get a hot chocolate, put on the show on your TV. Bye.
And we're back. So like we said, it's a similar story up in Canada. Authorities in Surrey, British Columbia. That's not how Canadians talk.
It is British Columbia, so I suppose
That's what I'm saying.
Can you pass the maple syrup?
They do respect the crown there still.
Authorities in Surrey, British Columbia say that there have been several robberies involving sellers of PS5s and Xbox Series X.
That was like Scandinavian.
A little bit Midwestern.
Oh, yeah, okay.
In one 24-hour period, 3 such robberies took place, all involving sellers who arranged to meet with buyers over Facebook or Craigslist.
One seller was robbed by 2 masked men in hoodies who took his PS5. If your buyer's wearing a mask, keep driving.
I mean, he should be.
Well, he should be wearing a mask.
Well, maybe Canada doesn't have COVID yet.
New COVID just dropped.
Have we thought about that? Just to be safe, I guess, if you're gonna buy a PS5 just for the purposes of drastically marking it up.
In another incident, a seller who was trying to sell an Xbox was allegedly bear sprayed and robbed by 3 men.
What the f***?
Now that's Canada.
Talking about like bear mace, right? That's no joke.
No, that's like heavy duty shit.
Those bear pheromones, then they got fucked by a bear.
Oh no.
That's the most Canadian way to rob somebody I've ever heard of.
Maybe when they say bear sprayed, they're talking like the way that cats spray. So they got sprayed by a horny bear, and then 3 men robbed them.
So it was completely unrelated. They just saw this situation unfolding and took advantage
Yes.
of it.
And in Toronto, Canada's biggest city, police say they've gotten numerous reports of robberies from people selling game systems online. It's gotten so bad that Toronto police had to issue a safety alert after multiple sellers were robbed on Monday. Good lord.
God.
In a tweet, Toronto police advised sellers to choose meeting areas carefully and to let someone know where you're meeting. Now, we haven't seen any reports of people getting killed, thankfully. And in Toronto, they say there were no reports of anyone being physically injured.
Like we said, all of this is happening while there are huge shortages of next-gen consoles, and they're leading people to try and sell them at huge markups. CBS News found someone trying to sell the PS5 for $32,000 on eBay. That is, get over yourself.
That's on eBay, you said?
Yeah, why, are you interested? New Xbox Series X's were going for as much as $8,000, which is quite the bargain compared to the PS5.
It's hard to argue with those prices.
Is someone actually buying them at that price?
I think the hope is that if you're doing that, you're hoping that there's some sort of like eccentric millionaire that's like, I really want a PS5, and the only way I can get one is to pay $32,000. Whatever, that's walking around money. And
Right, just doesn't even remember what money means or the significance of the numbers on the bills. The Wii was famously in short supply, and that led to people selling it at a markup on eBay. Scalpers even tried to mark up the Super Mario 3D AllStars collection for the Switch because Nintendo said it would be a limited release running through the end of March 2021. I fucking hate that.
Jordan Miner, a software and gaming analyst at PC Mag, told CBS that a new console release is always exciting. It only happens every 5 to 7 years. The rollout was kind of messed up, although whenever a new console launches, it's a mess. Yeah, since a lot of purchases were shifted to online only, that, only compounded the problem.
The PS5 debuted on Walmart.com and BestBuy.com, but that just let the bots come in and snatch them up before any actual humans could. I mean, humans got them as well, but
The
it's
sites
a
were
mess.
fucking broken.
Too many robots got them. The rise of the machines has begun.
I like the idea of the robot being like, I want to play a game. Just jacks in, and then it mathematically beats the game in 6 minutes. And it goes, I really enjoyed Lost Legacy, but wish it were more fleshed out like Uncharted 4. Also, 2 women as protagonists. You've got to be kidding me.
Give me a break. Dead game. Dead game.
Dead game. Dead game. Neil Cuckman. Killed. My favorite character.
Online security expert Jason Kent told tech website ThreatPost that since most retailers have built their environments for high speed and high volume transactions, the bots are being supported by the environment that is trying to keep them out.
Walmart restocked more PS5s today. We assume those sold out instantly as well. Connor, if you're watching this, I'm so sorry about what inevitably happened to you. This is probably going to be an issue for months. They only made 6 consoles.
Is that what the problem
It's just
is?
not enough.
They sent out Series X's and everything to all the influencers, and they said, all
That's
right,
right.
well, let's ship everything. And they opened the doors to the warehouse, and it was just crickets and cobwebs. Oh my God. Xbox boss Phil Spencer apologized for the shortages of the Xbox Series X and S, saying that they're doing what they can to fill demand, but Xbox Chief Financial Officer Tim Stewart recently said that we'll continue to see supply shortages as we head into the post-holiday quarter.
He also predicted that supplies of the consoles will start to level out around April of next year, which means more months of waiting for lots of people. As for the PS5, Jim Ryan, the CEO of Sony Interactive Entertainment, told Reuters recently that the demand for PS5s based on pre-orders was very, very considerable.
But like his counterparts at Microsoft, Ryan said that they are working as hard as that's right, he has a lyrical way of speaking. They are working as hard as we ever can to ensure supplies meet demand.
We can't do this again.
Weary traveler.
Welcome to my inn. I've been working as hard as ever I can to ensure that this inn meets my customers' demands.
A grog for ye, traveler?
Anyway, that means more scalping, more robberies. Honestly, your best bet is just sit tight for a few months, work on your back catalog, don't rob a scalper, but also don't scalp.
Yeah, we got a few news items to talk about today as it relates to next-gen consoles. The first is that Sony's PlayStation 5 has jumped out to an early lead sales-wide in one major market. I think I said sales-wide, not sales-wise.
Do you want to just say wise and I'll just put your face over your own face?
Yes.